What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Scarlet and Great. We have a nice show for you today. It's been a while. I apologize for the inconsistencies in content. We're going through a little bit of technical difficulties here, but we are trying to stay solid, get everything together, and make sure that we come at you guys and produce a lot of free Buckeye content. So, this video, I am here to tell you big time news that we have finally gotten our starting quarterback situation figured out, and we can go into the season knowing exactly who that's going to be and move forward knowing who's going to be slinging the football for the Scarlet and Great. Who do you guys, before I reveal it, who do you guys think it is? A little bit of housekeeping. Help us out. Help us grow the channel. The likes and the comments and the views always help. Like this video if you think Kyle McCord will be the starter. Go ahead and throw us a nice comment down below for Devin Brown. Both look to be really nice players. Also, furthermore, guys, we're trying to grow this channel. I want to get some more giveaways going on. I haven't talked to the crew about this, but I think we're going to be good to go ahead and do a 6K um, by the Notre Dame game. 6K giveaway. 6K giveaway by the Notre Dame game. So if we can get 6,000 followers by the Notre Dame game, we'll go ahead and do. I'm thinking an an official Ohio State jersey giveaway would be great. If we have the gray alternates released by then, one of those would be even better. So that would be absolutely fantastic. All right. Getting into it, guys, the QB competition is now over. And I maintain I'm here to present to you that it's actually been over for a while. That this has been decided. And, of course, the coaches have to let the players go through the battles at camp, right? You have to let them push each other. You have to see and just make sure. And you have to give that some sort of semblance of there's true competition here. And for some, for some sake, there is competition and there are guys pushing each other to become better. But we have the guy announced, and I am here to tell you. Actually, it's not announced. Even by the time if I come out with this video, I tried to record this. This is Sunday. I tried to record it like 3 days ago. My mind's been made up that the coaches' minds are made up almost already. They're just trying to do a bit of due diligence and push everybody. But that the starter is none other than Kyle McCord. That is your 2023 Ohio State football starting quarterback. The deal's pretty much done, guys. It's up. I'll eat crow if I'm wrong. That's your starting quarterback. Now, even if it's not announced just yet, let's look at our calendars here. Okay, it's August 13th as we sit here today. All right. The season is in a couple weeks. So by the latest, even if it's not announced, but I think you have to announce it just so it's out in public in front of everyone to the team. By the end of next week, you have to announce a starter because one guy needs all the first team reps because the season starts the week after that. So you need, even if they announce at the end of next week, you're only getting one guy with all the first team reps. So that's point number one. One guy needs first team reps, and he needs to be built and groomed into the starter. Now, I will say there is a lot of McCord hate, and comment below if you believe in the kid. I don't necessarily understand it. In one hand, I understand why a casual fan might say, "Look, McCord's not very good. I saw him in mop-up duty. He threw a pick. I saw him in the spring game. He wasn't great. He's not as mobile as Devin Brown. We're not going to have a great offensive line, so we need a mobile quarterback." And I'm here to tell you, I think Devin Brown's going to be a fine player and a fine quarterback, and he is mobile. People forget how great Kyle it was as a recruit. A five-star prospect from Marvin Harrison Junior's high school. He was his high school quarterback and the more highly touted recruit. The recruit, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, that we took first. If I think maybe not. I think we took him first before Marvin Harrison Jr. And The guy we basically kind of turned JJ McCarthy down for. There are some details there with the recruitment, letting JJ McCarthy know we weren't quite ready to take a quarterback, and then we took Kyle McCord. So Kyle McCord, a very well-rounded guys. If you looked at the high school highlights of JJ versus Kyle, you understand why we took Kyle. He made a lot more diversity throws in his repertoire, and he can do it, man. The guy's a gamer, Philly tough. He can do it. A lot of guys say, "Oh, he didn't show out very good yet," and I'm here to tell you, okay. First of all, Ryan Day's track record as quarterback speaks for itself. Second of all, when did you see him? You saw him in a backup role become a starter one game, and he played okay. He played, I would argue, better than CJ played up until that point. Um, he was not the starter, so he's not getting first team reps, maybe for that week. Uh, he's still learning the offensive system that even CJ wasn't thriving in just yet. What else? You saw him in a spring game, a glorified practice where the offensive line's very hodgepodge against really good defensive linemen. I maintain this defensive line is going to be very, very good in the pass rush for the Buckeyes. So you saw him in a glorified practice that coaches are just treating like practice, that are just hodgepodging teams together. Okay, you can come here and you can block here, and maybe let's get a pass rush off of that. The coaches are just patchworking, piecing things together to see what they got and to move some things around and take a different look at things, give the players some different angles. What you saw in the spring game and what you saw last year in practice in a little bit of game is not that relevant. The spring game certainly isn't that relevant. Might I remind you, I was at Justin Fields' spring game, 2019. He didn't look that good. He didn't look bad. I mean, you could tell, okay, he's got a big arm, big stature, he's fast. He didn't look like one of the arguably greatest Ohio State quarterbacks ever. He didn't look like that, not in the spring game. Why? It's a glorified practice. Let me tell you how much the spring game doesn't matter. I didn't even watch. Here I am, Ohio State football freak, Ohio State football podcast. Been doing podcasting now since 2017. Didn't watch the game. That game doesn't matter. It does not matter on how good a kid is, especially not under these circumstances. Obviously, you can watch a kid play and pull certain things from that, but under these circumstances specifically, it doesn't matter. Now, if Kyle goes on to suck, the spring game's not why. He just didn't pan out. But I'm here to say I think he's going to be pretty good. Have reasonable expectations. That's my next point. I wanted to let you know this. I was particularly hard on CJ when I saw him play. You remember that opener against Minnesota a couple years ago, and then it kind of like was getting worse. And then he sits out the game for the injury. It was so bad that it healed in a week. And why was he not sitting out before? It's almost like the coaches didn't believe it was a, super bad injury. But it took CJ some time to get going. Even his second year, you didn't see Rose Bowl CJ day one, right? It takes some time to get going. Now, we saw Justin Fields, Dwayne Haskins be shockingly good for the first time starting, okay? And then I kind of expected that to be the standard. I've learned, CJ kind of taught me the hard way, it takes a little bit of time to get used to things and get rolling. So do not compare CJ or Kyle McCord to CJ Stroud game 24. Game 1 to game 24. Don't compare Kyle's first game to CJ's like 20th, okay? That Georgia game was best game I've ever seen him play, and it took some time to get him there. The Rose Bowl game took some time to get him there, and he was playing his best receiver was being covered by a running back. That was also very helpful. So it takes some time to get there, right? And then even CJ kind of tapered back and forth and would build back up the next year. Have reasonable expectations. I fully maintain it's going to take 3 to 4 games for Kyle McCord to get really comfortable and start cooking with gas. Talking about a 5-star prospect, I think he has a bigger arm than CJ. I don't know if his deep ball will be quite as accurate. CJ could throw that ball and just put it in stupid places. I think he'll be a little bit more of a gamer, a more willing runner. But it's going to take some time. You're going to, when he has 2 to 3 picks in the first 4 weeks and you guys freak out, like, calm down. It's going to take a little bit of time. Not saying he shouldn't be very, very good by midseason. I think he will be a nice, solid quarterback and really do some nice things. But you guys need to calm down about, hey, this kid can't play. This kid can't play. If the kid couldn't play, then why is every writer saying he's looking like, he's still looks like a fine quarterback. Both quarterbacks do. Again, I think Devin Brown's going to be a fine quarterback. I really do. And Kyle's going to win this competition. His leg up. Devin broke his hand or whatever. Just sat out for a little bit. Kyle's ready to rock. He is your starting quarterback, whether it's announced or not, whether you like it or not. I hope you like it. I like you. I like you watching this channel. Please stop by and see us next time. As always, like, subscribe, notifications on. Give me your thoughts below. As always, goodbye. God bless. And go Bucks.